Yes, everybody. Welcome in the building. First off, happy match day. As you can see, this is a bit of an emergency live to discuss kind of the craziness that's going on in this January transfer window. We're going to discuss the Darwin news. We're going to discuss the potential long-term signing. This would be more of a long-term signing, but the Greek 19-year-old striker who plays in the second division in Germany, he seems to be someone that we're really going to be targeting. But then also the news that dropped less than an hour ago, the fact that Zubimendi is likely going to be going to Arsenal in the summer after they're looking to trigger his £51 million release clause. So guys, there's a lot for us to discuss. I think we can discuss the Forest game. I know it's crazy kind of that a lot of the talk is around what's going on in the transfer window, given we have arguably our biggest game of the season tonight against Forest. But I think we can keep our discussions around that game tonight because we're going to be live 45 minutes ahead of the game. But for now, I think we got to discuss what's going on here. We got to discuss, first off, the fact that it really looks like, there was this bid that came in, or at least this verbal offer. So not an official bid, just so, to let you guys know, it's more of a discussion that's being held verbally. So probably phone calls rather than like an actual official bid. But you know how these things happen. But yeah, for those of you that might not have seen the article, I'll just tell you exactly what Sam Maguire said, which is basically the fact that there are multiple clubs in Saudi Arabia that are interested, but apparently it is the Al Hilal manager that and the Al Hilal team that's most interested in him. And the verbal offer was in the region of £70 million. And he says that the Merseyside club, so Liverpool, value the striker closer to the £85 million mark, as it was exclusively revealed earlier this week. And then, like I said, initially when we saw these reports, nobody was too sure what to make of it, right? Nobody was too sure. But then Fabrizio Romano put out a video just a few hours later saying that interest in Darwin from Saudi is genuine and that discussions are being held right now, although nothing is advanced. So he pretty much confirmed that there really is something going on. And again, with this kind of offer, it could very much have been just a verbal offer. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're going to have to see what happens. And then apparently this Nuremberg striker, right, this 19-year-old Greek striker, he could be, we're apparently looking at him more towards the summer, but who knows, maybe we'll accelerate our interest if Darwin ends up leaving this window. But what I want to know from you guys is, would you let him go for around the price tag that we're talking about, which is potentially 70 to 85 million pounds, around that mark? I think it makes total sense that if this bid is true, or this verbal offer, let's call it, is true, I think it makes sense that we rejected it because we'll want to negotiate. Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, I'm sure they believe that we can get a bigger fee for him potentially, because like the article says, potentially 85 million pounds. And then also, I don't think we would let go of Darwin unless we knew we could find a replacement in January, which is a very tough thing. To find someone in January to come in and make an impact immediately isn't easy to find. And we can criticize Darwin as much as we want about, his finishing, and I agree he needs to improve. But one thing's for sure is he does have an impact on our games. He definitely can help us now until the end of the season. He's obviously suspended tonight, so he's not going to be part of, the team, the squad. But guys, we have so many games coming up, and there's no doubt that he would have an impact in the second half of the season. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that Slot wants to keep him, even if it's not as a starter. But again, with the amount of games we have coming up, we're gonna need him. And the only way I could see us selling him in January, like I said, is if we knew we could have a replacement lined up. Basically, that's it. You know what I mean? So, yep, Stefanos Tsimas is indeed a wonder kid, and the fact that Brighton apparently also want him says a lot. I'm talking about this striker right here. I was watching some of his comps last night, and yeah, he looks like an exciting striker. But again, he's 19 years old, right? He has obviously never played in the Premier League. And he's not just going to come in and start banging in the goals. Probably not. You know what I mean? By the way, we're going to be live until the game starts. Delior, are you freaking crazy? That would be a long time to be live. A long time. Happy match day, Ashwini. My prediction for today's game is 1-1. Although I wish I felt like, I mean, obviously we're going there to win. But if I'm giving my personal honest prediction, I'm going for a 1-1. But my dream, obviously, is that we beat them. I just think we can't afford to lose. That's the main thing. Darwin is just... Let's see. Over 400 of you guys have voted so far. I want to see what the results are saying so far. So I see that 69% of you guys, after over 400 votes, are saying that you would accept an offer for Darwin in January. Would accept, and then 31% would not. And yeah, like I said, I think it all kind of depends on whether or not we would be confident that we'd have someone lined up as a replacement. Because again, I think if Saudi is interested in Darwin this January, then they could also be interested. They'll definitely still be interested in the summer. You know what I mean? So I don't think we'll be in any hurry to sell Darwin because of the fact that that interest probably isn't going to go away, and the fact that he will help us from now up until the end of the season with the amount of games we have coming up. Delior says, I'm happy with a draw this match. They are a problem unless we steamroll. Let's see. I mean, they're one of the most informed teams in Europe right now. Like, they have a 7-game win streak right now, which is so impressive. Sobosai could start. Fede Chiesa, yes, I think he will start. I think he will start. And the fact that Slaw brought him off at halftime against Accrington Stanley tells me that he's keeping him for this game tonight. And my hope is that our midfield three will be Maka, Gravenberg, and Soboslai, because I think that's our best midfield three. Early in his career would be it's true. He's exactly. He's just 25. So Darwin would also have to want to go to Saudi. That's the thing too. But guys, I also wanted to show you this right here, which was a tweet not long ago at all from Florian Plettenberg, who says, so far there haven't been any negotiations between us and Nuremberg regarding the Greek striker I was telling you guys about. But we apparently know all the details about what it would take to bring him to the club, the 19-year-old striker. And we already know that his price tag would be around that 25 million euro mark. And like I said, apparently Brighton are interested in him too. And whatever Brighton's interested in a player, I feel like you got to go for it because they are unbelievable in their player recruitment. Yeah, and for those of you guys mentioning Zubimendi as well, this is what you guys are referring to. This article right here from David Ornstein. And this article right here says that, yeah, they're leading the charge. It looks like they're going to be signing Zubimendi, our number one target from the summer, someone that we tried to go for a very, very long time. In this summer, we pushed hard for him. And it looks like they're triggering his £51 million release clause and that they're going to sign him in the summer. So that as well is quite a surprise, I think, because... Yeah, I mean, if it was a case of being homesick, then why would London be any different to Liverpool? But yeah, I want to know what you guys think of this as well. This news around Zubimendi. Brawl Lover says if he doesn't have, he's got. Let's see, Brawl Lover. But what's for sure is that Darwin will have impact. Will absolutely have impact now and until the end of the season. That there's no doubt, and that's why I'm telling you. If Richard Hughes if Richard Hughes speaks to Slot, I think he'd want to keep him. That's my personal prediction. Yo, Saka fan, nice to see you in the building. What's going on? What do you make of this news for Arsenal? It's a big news for your club. Jonathan David is someone we could potentially get in January. That is true. Because he's going to be available on a free in the summer, we could potentially sign him. Although I don't know if he fits our style of play. I'm not so sure. Nash, I think it all depends on our outgoings. If we are to sell someone in January, like for example, Ben Doak has been talked about before, I do think it would mean that we'd sign a player in January. I do think so. So I think it really does depend on our outgoings. Manu says, "Yo, Leo, how's it going? How are you feeling about Liverpool rejecting this massive offer for Darwizi?" I was just mentioning it, Manus, earlier, and I think it comes down to two things. One is it makes sense for us to negotiate. We'll be trying to get closer to that 85 million pound mark, and two, I think it really does depend whether we can get a replacement in January, because the club won't be in a hurry. We're in such a good position to go far in every competition, and therefore, would we sell a player who, yes, he's a controversial figure within our own fan base, but Slot has been using him this season, and he will think that he'll have impact for the second half of the season. So I don't think that we'll be quick to sell him, given right now we're just in such a good position. And it's not like we have any issues with financial fair play either. So we won't be in any hurry to sell him. You know what I mean? And yeah, we shall see. Marmoush, it looks like it's done. He's going to go to Man City, unfortunately. Bro, everything I've heard about the Greek striker, he is a wonder kid for the future, but is he someone that you can count on to come in January and perform already? Definitely not. You know what I mean? He's 19 years old. We can't put that kind of pressure on him. That would be like telling Jadon Danns that he'd need to be the starting striker for Liverpool almost. You know what I mean? So it would be too soon. Definitely. I will, Graham. I will. And like I said, we'll be live 45 minutes before the Forest game. And you best believe I'll bring, especially you, Deliora, with your superstitions, bringing a whole lot of hydration for that one, because of the fact that, yeah, it's our biggest game of the season so far. It's our biggest game of the season so far, and we cannot afford to lose. We cannot afford to lose. LFC Messi, unfortunately, he's not available tonight. Darwin won't be part of the squad. He's suspended because he picked up a yellow card against United, which was his 5th yellow card, which means he misses the game tonight, unfortunately. And Kvara is off to PSG, it looks like, as well. Me too, Delior. I would love to be proven wrong. How close? It looks like it's almost finished. From what Fabrizio Romano's saying on Kvara to PSG, it looks like it's finished, basically. Around the 70 million euro mark, apparently the fee is. Here's a question for you guys, because I see that Osilota says that if we were to accept this offer, you would put that money into other areas on the pitch. Do you guys think if we were to let go Darwin and we didn't sign a forward in January, do you think that would leave us too short in the attacking areas? Or do you think because we have Lucho, who's now playing down the middle, we have obviously Jota, and we have Jadon Danns, who's fit, do you think that would be enough cover in the attacking areas? What do you guys think? Wow, tomato here. Well, look, I'll bring it back up here. It definitely looks. This is what we were talking about with the Greek striker. Oh, we got a PAOK fan. I'm not sure how to say, but yeah, from Greece, who says, "I can tell you he's incredible." Yeah, can you tell us a bit more about his qualities and what you've seen of him? Because he is doing well in the second division. Let me see if I can pull up the stats for you guys. In the second division this season, he has some impressive stats. So he plays for Nuremberg, and he's played 14 games, and he has 9 goals and assists, 8 goals and 1 assist in 14 games. Panathinaikos. He hasn't made his debut for the Greek national team yet, actually. Yeah, he's still very young. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's an experienced player. We couldn't bring him in and say immediately that we'd count on him. You know what I mean? Oh, did I say great? Let's go. Yeah, can you tell us, Tomato, a bit more about him then? Because you've seen him play. and you've seen him play full 90 minutes. Delior says Jadon Danns and Jota are both clinical, but can we count on them? Can we count on Jota staying fit till the rest of the season? And Jadon Danns doesn't have much experience. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the thing. Garvey, did you get YouTube Premium? The day I got YouTube Premium, I never looked back. Bashir says, actually, Liverpool need a Gakpo-type player, physical and good on the ball, that is comfortable playing as a striker. So what do you guys think of someone like João Pedro for Brighton? He's very good on the ball. We know he can finish. He's Premier League proven. What would you guys think of that? For a year now, yeah, Garvey, it makes such a big difference. I could never look back now. But yeah, someone like that... The two I would love to take from Brighton are João Pedro and Baleba, the defensive mid. Man, if we sign those two, woo, we would be in a good place. Oh no, you're based in India, so you're going to miss the game tonight? Hi Leo, yo, Kamal is in the building. Nice to see Kamal, who says, hi Leo, the sporting director has come out with some statements on the lack of signings and delay in the contract. Not back. General manager, like Slot is disappointing. Yeah, Kamal, we have to see. We have to see. But definitely pressure is building right now because we still don't have... I know it looks very close for example, Virgil extending, but I don't know how we're in middle of January and not one of those three big players has signed that extension yet. Virgil still hasn't officially signed it. Salah still hasn't officially signed it. And Trent still hasn't officially signed it. That has to be what we sort first. Definitely. You know, I don't think Pedro scores enough for Brighton for us to be looking at him. You'd rather sign Cunha. Yeah, but look, our wingers score a lot of goals for us. Maybe we need more of a player like Bobby Firmino who gets the best out of the wingers instead of like a crazy goal scorer. To be fair though, Deliora, I don't think there's many clubs in the world that have perfectly balanced teams. You know, like it's rare that happens. Look, even like all the clubs in the world are struggling right now. Barca are going through issues, Madrid are going through issues. Like I don't think we're the only ones. You know what I mean? To be fair. Look, City are going to be spending, it looks like 150 million in January because of all the issues they found out this season. Bro, Alexander Isak is the dream for all of us. Trust me, Liverpool is goated, but he would cost 150 million because Newcastle are there's no need for them to sell. They want to offer him a big, new, lucrative contract. I think there's no way Newcastle sell unless it's for a crazy fee, a world record-breaking fee or a Premier League record-breaking fee like 150 million. And that's why I just don't see us doing that as much as I would want it, probably. Tomislav LFC is backing him. Okay, let's go. Gadu says, I see people complaining about we haven't signed anyone. We're forgetting that we have 3 crazy contracts to deal with. That's what's on my mind, first and foremost. Because I think if we lose all 3... I know Virgil's probably our most important because he's our captain and he's kind of the spine of our team. But if we were to lose one of those 3, for example, that's a massive loss for us. It is. Especially on a free. So... For me, honestly, I know everybody's talking about who are we going to buy, who are we going to sell, all of this. The only thing that's on my mind personally is sorting those contracts ASAP because I can't believe it's not done already. We're January 14th right now. And even Virgil and Salah, who have said time and time again that they want to stay at the football club, we still haven't sealed those deals, which I just don't understand how that's possible. Luke de Jong from PSV, nah, I don't think that's the type of player we'd go for. Nah, I don't think so. Semenyo from Bournemouth, he doesn't excite me that much. I know he's good, but he doesn't excite me that much. I gotta be honest. I do prefer when Jota starts for us. Fatima says, who would you prefer as a starting striker if Darwin stayed? Darwin, Diaz, or Jota? I think it depends on the game. In a game like today, definitely more of a, because Forest are probably going to sit deep and look to counter and look to score off set pieces. So I definitely think Lucho or Jota are better suited for that. But if there's ever a game for us to run in behind, then that's what Darwin's best at. When he gets to run in behind and he has space, I think it's perfect for him. What's tough for him is when he has to be in the box, be part of our build-up play. That's when I think we don't get the best out of Darwin. And that's why I do think he could really... I really think if he went to another team that plays that way, he would get back to his best self like we saw what he was doing for Benfica. I really think he can get back to that. I really do think so. Yeah, look, the fact that Brighton apparently also wants to sign him, for me that's the number one sign if a player that you don't know much about is also being scouted and is also being targeted by Brighton, then I say go for that player immediately. I remember actually when we were linked with Baleba. I don't know if you guys remember Baleba, and I saw that Brighton were pushing hard for him, and we needed a defensive midfielder. I was like, let's do it, let's go for him, because Brighton seem to get their recruitment right time and time again. They go for players that not that many people know about, and then they turn them into 80, 100 million pound players. Like we saw with Caicedo. Maka was probably worth that, but we were lucky that he had just a 35 million pound release clause. Otherwise, I think his price tag would have been a lot higher. But man, I think the way we should go about it is if Brighton want a player, let's do it. You know what I mean? And looking back, obviously, I think many of us wish that we had gone for Baleba, because imagine if right now our two defensive mid options were Baleba and Gravenberch. Oof, we would be unstoppable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's go, Liverpool fan 01. Nice to see you in the building. How did your exams go? I would take Kimmich. The problem is Gravenberch is doing so well that he's our starting defensive mid, and Kimmich would, if we were to sign him, his wages would be so high. They would be at least double the wages of Gravenberch. So would we really bring in a player who definitely wants to start? You know, he's still in the best years of his career. He's 29 years old. Joshua Kimmich, German captain, everything. Would we want to bring him in to then potentially bench Gravenberch? Because yeah, Gravenberch has been playing so well, I don't think you can bench him. So it's tough. I don't exactly know what would happen if Kimmich came in. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly what would happen. Kamal says, I would say let go and bring in someone else who's a false nine and Baleba or hijack the Zubimendi deal. We need to do this in the summer. Right now, I only want the contract sorted. Kamal, I agree. For me, the priority has to be those contracts. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Big up to Lazy Guana 45. Thank you very much for becoming a community support member. I want W's in the building. TKV says, I think we should give more game time to Jadon Danns. I definitely agree with that. He's a clinical striker. Most definitely a clinical striker. Exactly. That's a good point too. Exactly. Sujal says Liverpool, the type of wage that Joshua Kimmich would be asking for, given that he'd be available on a free, and a lot of big clubs will want him, no doubt about it. He would be asking, in my opinion, somewhere between 300 and 350,000 per week. Now, he probably deserves that given his experience, again, his age, the fact that it's on a free and everything. But how can we even think about offering that to a player when we haven't sealed the contracts, again, of Virgil, Mo, and Trent? It just makes absolutely no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense. And definitely we should be focusing on that before anything else. Definitely. Yo, the Liverpool fan from Lithuania. Nice to see you in the building. Yeah, Deliora, but the thing with I said this before, but since we're obviously talking about Darwin right now, I think we kind of have to shift our focus with Darwin, because I do think he can really impact our games without scoring. And I think we have a lot of other goal scorers on the pitch. So if he is to stay, which I think there's a really good chance he stays till the end of the season, like I said, I don't doubt that he will have impact for us. I really don't doubt it. But can we count on him being the difference maker in front of goal in those key moments? No, I don't think so from what we've seen. But does that mean that he can't impact our games in a positive way? You know what I mean? That for me, that's what I think about, and I really do think that if he stayed, he'd still be important for us. Like I said, with the amount of games we have coming up, we literally like in beginning of February we have 3 games in 1 week. You know, he would start definitely in one of those games. He would come off the bench, and so we need those bodies in right now. Given that we're probably gonna go far in every competition we're in, I don't see how we don't go kind of all the way in a lot of the competitions we're in with the quality that we have. Especially Kamal, the kind of wages that Kimmich would be looking for. That's the thing. The reason why I don't think we will go for him is, like I said, he's going to be asking for big wages, and rightfully so. And I just think we have to be focused on allocating those funds towards legends of our team. Virgil, Salah, and Trent are already legends of this team. They've won the whole lot. They've proven that they can do it at the highest level in the biggest games, and therefore we need to prioritize that. Absolutely, we need to prioritize that. You know what I mean? That there's no doubt about. Bro, Isaac would cost, like I said it before, between 100 million and 150 million. I really don't see us doing that. Is it true? Well, look, this is the report I was showing just a moment ago. This is the report from David Ornstein. It looks like he's off to Arsenal, which I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Yeah, David, they're literally gonna be called Defenders FC. I swear, Arsenal are just gonna be called Defenders FC. They clearly need a striker, and now they're bringing in another defensive-minded player. It's crazy. I don't understand the recruitment from Arsenal, but I do think surely they're gonna sign a striker this January, because if they don't, I really don't see them going for this title. With Bukayo Saka out till the latter parts of this season, I really don't see how Arsenal um win this title without a striker. I really don't see it. Let's go. You got your results today and a bachelor's degree. Congratulations. Big up. Big up. Sammy, I don't think Kwanzaa will start tonight. I think our let me know what team you guys are thinking for tonight, but I definitely think it's gonna be this. I'm pretty confident that it's gonna be obviously Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, center back partnership of Ibu Konate. He's back fit. I think it's gonna be Ibu and Virgil with Robbo at left back. Then I think it's gonna be Maka and Gravenberg with Subasai ahead of them. And our front three, I think, will be Salah on the right, Lucho down the middle, and Cody Gakpo on the left. I'm pretty confident of that. Delior says we are attacking FC. We want more we need more defenders, but we're looking at attackers. That's it. Delior, I'm surprised too. Um, but like I said, with our recruitment, what I will say that we're lucky about is look at the amount of teams that get their recruitment wrong. What I'm at least excited about is it feels like when we do go for a player, I have full confidence that that signing will be a success. I know obviously over the years there's been signings that have gone on to be flops, but for the most part we do get it spot on, and we do get bargains in the market. You know what I mean? So I mean, think about the summer where it was Josh Matke in who was our sporting director for just one summer under Jurgen Klopp. We completely had a midfield rebuild where we brought in Endo, we brought in Maka, we brought in Suboslai and Endo, and look at how successful those players have turned out to be. You know what I mean? So, that was not an easy thing to kind of rebuild our entire midfield in one summer. and we did it. I know that was a different sporting director then, but still, I think it is impressive. So that's why I kind of remain calm, but I'm still kind of worried. I'm still kind of worried about, especially, like I said, our three main contracts and how those haven't been sealed yet. How do we need more defenders? We got Virgil because Sammy, we do need more defenders. I think we need a center back / who can play left back too. Would you consider loaning out Kwanzaa? No, we need Kwanzaa. I wouldn't consider loaning out any player right now. Like I said, we have so many games coming up that we need to remain as strong. The only player I think we should think about loaning out is Tyler Morton, because he's good enough to start for a lot of championship teams, even maybe some Premier League teams, and he deserves that game time. All the others, I would keep them, because Kwanzaa, it should start for us. For example, against Plymouth, I would start Kwanzaa. There's games where Kwanzaa should start, and therefore I would definitely keep him. I think then we are looking at long-term left backs to replace Robbo, definitely. But that's the type of thing where we're not going to go for a quick buy in the market. We're really going to do our research to make sure that whoever that long-term left back is for us, that we make that decision spot on, basically. So I think definitely we're looking at a lot of different options. And Jorel Hato for me is my dream as well, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, Hincapi as well from Leverkusen would be a perfect player. I agree. I would love him as well. He's versatile. He has that versatility. But he would cost a lot. Sujal says, if Trent, Mo, and Virgil left Liverpool, would they still be competing for the big trophies next season? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's the spine of our team. Especially Virgil. I said it before. If Virgil leaves, I think we look a different team. I mean, think about this season. The amount of games where we didn't play so well, but Virgil was just incredible at the back. I think if we lost Virgil, we would look a different team. His leadership, I mean, to lose your captain is a big, big blow. And he's still at his best. I know he's, 33 years old now? I still think he's at his best right now. And we cannot afford to lose him. I think we need defenders clockwise footy. I definitely think we need, like I said, a center back or a left back. I agree, Neda, but I think, like I said, with a left back, I think it's someone that we're looking for in the long term. We're not going to try to go for a signing all of a sudden. You know what I mean? I don't think that's something that we'd ever do. Leo, how are we doing? I'm late, but I wouldn't sell Darwizi the GOAT because he gives everything to us. He gives every bit of energy to us. He does. Yeah, go 12, definitely. You can't ever question his desire on the pitch for us. Absolutely not. You cannot. The Catman, I honestly haven't seen him play enough to give an opinion on him. Zayn, I think he's a better finisher, but overall game, Jadon Dance hasn't played enough football for us. It's too early to judge that. Way too early. Can we go for Marcus Thuram? We need to get Schlotterbeck. I would love him. I really don't know how we'd replace. Bro, there is no. You can't replace Virgil. You simply can't, and that's why he's the first that we're gonna extend. I have no kind of doubts about that. I really don't have doubts about that. Pakistani Scouser, I love that, bro. I love it. No way Zubimendi goes to Arsenal, bro. Nah. We should focus on left back and center back for now. I agree, Just Jake. But no, first off, we should focus on extending the 3 star players in our team who have proven that they are world class. Definitely. Furlan Mendy, I don't think so. That's not the type of left back we'd go for. I don't think so. Um, but yeah, you guys, that is going to be it for today's, or not today actually, because tonight is a massive, massive game, massive stream that we have coming up. But that's going to be it for this stream. I just wanted to hop on real quick with you guys to discuss this news, because honestly, when it dropped last night, it weighed so heavy on my mind that I wanted to just discuss it with you guys. But yeah, like I said, I hope I will see all of you guys tonight for a potential title deciding game. And yeah, we'll be live from 7:15 p.m. UK time, I believe. But yeah, you guys, it's gonna be a really interesting one. It's gonna be a really interesting one, and and I know Slot will want to get one over for us so badly, but I hope from the moment this game kicks off that our desire is here, our energy is here, because we cannot afford to lose the game tonight. We cannot. Absolutely not. But big up to all of you that joined for this kind of midday stream. It's rare that we do that, but like I said, it'll be 12 a.m. Leo. Yeah, but Garvey, this is the biggest game of our season so far. Biggest game of our season so far. So I hope to see you guys tonight. And yeah, honestly, I can't remember being this nervous for a game, because when you look at the kind of what energy would bring for the rest of this week, for the rest of this month, I think we just can't afford to lose. That's it. You know what I mean? So big up, everybody. I will see you guys very, very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you guys tonight. Stay live until the match, Delior. I would go crazy. I gotta have that energy. I gotta have that energy for the stream tonight, which, like I said, is gonna be so freaking crucial, so important. But yeah, dinner on live, brother. I'm gonna have dinner before the live, because Deliora, you have the superstition too. But yeah, big up, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you guys very soon. You'll never